Welcome everyone. I'm so excited to finally be going live again with you guys. It has been a bit. So I'm excited to work a sketch with you guys live. And tonight I will be working with the collection Sunny Days. I've been working with this collection quite a bit. I am really enjoying this collection. It is so much fun. I have a feeling I will be using this collection a lot throughout the summer. It is such a versatile collection, perfect for just about any moment you have for scrapbooking. So I am going to go ahead and get started. I did do a lot of prepping last night for this class because my husband and I went to Helena today, and I knew that we would get back kind of just in the nick of time to go live. So I did do quite a bit of prepping. So let's get started with what I have got ready for you guys. So to start, I took a piece of 12 by 12 and cut it in half, so I had two 12 by 6s, and then I trimmed the 12-inch piece down by 3/8 of an inch. It was supposed to be a quarter, but it ended up being 3/8. So we have got that to work with, and I did that because I was going to use the white background, and then it appeared that it had like a white border all the way around the edge too. So if I trim down that 12-inch piece, it gives us that little bit of a border to work with. So I've got this blue kind of for the bottom portion of our sketch. And then last night when I was prepping everything, I thought, oh, I'll do something a little bit different and do the stripes in torn paper. But I actually found that I did not like that for our two pieces there. So let's see, we're at 6. We're going to just cut that off and straighten it off. And then we'll get our 1-inch strip, and one of those is going to be enough to get both pieces that we need. So we're just going to go ahead and take that and cut it in half at the 6-inch mark. So we've got two 1 by 6 pieces. All right, so that is going to be our little stripe coming across, and it's going to just line up right above that blue paper like so. And then I chose the Sunny Days Stay Bright, the fun little sun print, for the other piece. And that piece, I cut a piece that measures 6 by 5.5. So let's go ahead and cut this at the 6. So we've got our 6, and then we'll cut this at 5.5. All right, so you essentially need 3 different patterned papers with your background piece. And then this piece is going to come in and lay right along like so. And then we'll add our photos. Super, super simple layout. I like this layout though. I feel like you could use this one for a lot of different things as well. And so let's go ahead and start our inking. I did decide to use my black ink on this just because it was really bold on it. I know in some of the past layouts I've done the brown and it's a little bit more subtle, but I did decide to go just a little bit bolder with this, and of course I did it because, you know, I've got white background paper, so let's see how much black ink I can make smear all across that back, because this black does kind of tend to make more of a mess, but it is nice and bold. Gives you a nice bold border and makes it really pop off of that white background piece. So again, I'm so excited to be live with you guys again tonight. I still have a little bit of voice issues. Boy, let me tell you that that respiratory cold or virus, whatever it is I had that came around, was a nasty one. And not only did I get it, but my husband ended up getting it as well. Hi, Kathy. However, my husband got it about 2 weeks later than I did, and I sent him to the doctor on the very first day. He got antibiotics and cough medicine and inhaler and all kinds of good stuff, and he got better in a week's time. And I think I'm on the start of week 4 right now, and I am just feeling better. But I'm glad, so glad to be feeling better. I am feeling more like I am at about 95 to 97% better now, finally. That was probably the worst I have been sick in a very, very long time. With this, so last week, because I was feeling better, Grandma did, we did the sprinkler on water. So all of these pictures are of that. All right. So I told you all I planned ahead. I did. I totally cheated. And here's the left-hand page. So we're going to go ahead and line up the right-hand page based off of the other one. Make sure we get these all lined up and perfectly set. And so I'm just going to use my tape runner, and we're going to go ahead and place that bottom piece first, because that's the one that kind of sets the tone for the rest of it. And it looks like I got black all over this piece. We're going to flip it over and use the other side. And before we do that, let's do a quick wipe. Get any other black pieces off of there. Flip that over. It's the only bad part about using that black ink. All right, so we want to kind of center it side to side and leave the same reveal at the bottom as well. And now we'll line up the two. And that piece is lined up fairly well. Now next we're going to put our pink borders on there. Boy, I'm going to like whip through this since I went ahead and started and got one side done. I was a little worried we were going to get back from Helena, and I was not going to be ready. We got back and at 20 minutes too. And I knew, I was happy I had prepared the night before, but I might have prepared a little overly, but that's okay. Let's see. So we're going to line the two pieces up. Nice and colorful. I love this pink floral piece too. I can see using this a lot for a lot of different things. And then we'll just line up our yellow piece and to try and make the reveal at the top and in between the two papers and the end roughly the same. So we'll go ahead and do that. I even got some of my embellishment pieces ready, so that's going to make things a little bit easier as well. You guys know I tend to struggle just a little bit live with y'all getting those pieces ready, so all right. There we go. So we have got the basic bit done. But while I was looking at this before going live, I think we want to do some splatters up here. So let me find some ink to do that with. Or let's see what we got. I do have some yellow brick road. Let's test this out and see what it looks like. Once you get that all mixed up, might be a good. I've got some teal. All right, and what we're gonna do before we put any of that on there is we're gonna just test that out on another piece of paper. So, got some white, and then let's test out these two. Open this yellow before. So, of course, those are a little bigger than I'm gonna want to do on those sheets, but let's just see what they look like. Okay. And let's see, once that blue is starting to dry, got a little sparkle to it. I actually think those are going to work really well for what I am wanting. So next we will take, we're going to take this blue scratch paper here, and we're going to cover, because we should have done this first, but that's okay. You guys know that I always do things a little backwards, but this way I can always show you that it still can be done. So we're going to cover this yellow. And we're going to cover the pink. And then we're just going to cover the blue here. That way it'll allow for a little bit in between and then a little bit up on the top. And so we're just going to tap a little bit of color. Maybe not quite. Yeah, I think those will work. Not quite as big as I did on those. Up. Or maybe as big. And you know, I could have got my little brush out, my little bristle brush, and spread it a little bit thinner, but this will work. I wasn't really prepared to do ink splatters tonight, but we're going to do them anyway. See if we can get some of those splatters. There we go. And you can't see them real well, but it is really got some small, fine splatters on there. Really nicely splattered there. Hope everyone's had a good week. Did you guys enjoy the hot weather this week? Whoa, what a hot week. And then now it's going to cool off for a few days. And then it's going to warm back up again by the weekend. It's really not easy to splatter in just this little tiny 1/4 inch area. It's going everywhere. But there we go. There we go. Okay, so we've got one side splattered. Hopefully that'll dry fairly quickly. We're gonna see if I have a tissue close. I do. We're gonna take and just kind of dab that big splatter and get that to hopefully dry a little faster. And then we're going to take and do the same thing on the other side and just add a little splatter. Looks like some of it kind of came through, but see how just adds a little bit to that white. You guys know I don't use white very often. I'm not real good at the using a white background. Gotta throw some color on it if I do, so we'll do that with a little ink splatter. Now generally when I do ink splatter, I actually have like a little Tim Holtz brush, and I like to put it in there and then kind of flick it, and it gives a nice small splatter. But again, we're just gonna kind of improvise with what I have right here next to me. Okay. So let's be done with the blue, and really wipe the blue off of there. And now splatter a little yellow. And then hopefully they'll both dry quickly and we can start adding some pictures and ephemera and stickers and be done. And of course our journaling. I've gotten pretty good at journaling. Oh, cool and rainy all week, Kathy. That's interesting. We hit 95 yesterday. It was a hot one. Now today, I'm not sure what it was here in town, but we were in Helena, and I think we hit like 72. So it definitely was cooler today. But I was not ready for 95, you guys. Let's kind of slowly work up to it, could we? Okay. We'll get our fun colorful pieces, and these would be fun to save and use for cards or backgrounds, so I am going to do that. And then we've got our piece ready to go. Oops, and I did splatter some yellow over here, but that's all right. That big glob, I don't love that one, but that's okay too. All right. So now we are ready to start lining up some pictures, and let's see what we've got for pictures. We've got some fun water pictures to do. So the sketch itself calls for 4x6 photos, and I believe I ended up trimming them down to 5 3/4, and I left them at 4 because my blue paper was 6, and of course I was trying to conserve and not cut 6 1/4, so that I could only use one piece versus having to cut 2 pieces. So that's part of why the photos are sized the way they are. I'm not sure I cut this one though. Yep, I did. Okay. So we've got 3 of the larger photos kind of lined up across the bottom here. And I'm going to go ahead and hook those ones down because those ones are pretty well set. Not much I can change up with those. And I'm just going to set them so that there's kind of the same amount of reveal, top, bottom, and then the right hand side. And I didn't feel like they needed matted because I did kind of take a quick peek at that. And you guys know I generally tend to like to matte my photos, but I don't think these ones actually need it. I think that they show up nicely without being matted. And if I were to matte them, I would probably trim them down ever so slightly more so that they fit better nicely on that background paper. So just a little tip if you're working on yours and want to change it up or need to matte them. I would probably trim another 1/4 inch off of the height and then probably trim a 1/4 inch off the width as well and then matte them. All right, so there's my little cutie patootie in 2 days worth of swimsuits. All right, and now the right hand side has 4 3x4 photos. And I do have my 3x4s. I was trying to decide because I've got a mixture of the 2 days, and I think we're just going to go ahead and mix them up and probably do 2, maybe we'll do 3 of that suit. I'm just looking at what swimsuit she's wearing and kind of placing them based off of that. So this one kind of went off of the corner patterned paper, and then it had this one just tucked below it, overlapping just slightly, and then overlapping this one just slightly, and again with this one. And so they just kind of zigzag down the page like so. Oh, I like that. That's kind of fun. Okay, and then on the other side, we've got the 2 3x4s and a single 3x3. I think that's what that says, 3x3. And that 3x3 is gonna just fit right along there. And then the 3x4s both were right on this side. And they kind of overlapped ever so slightly and then overlapped this 4x6 here. So about like so. And I don't think that they need any matting either. I did debate about this one and possibly matting it in the yellow to coordinate, but in the sketch they didn't matte it, and I don't think I'm gonna either. I think it stands out nicely as is. So let's go ahead and set those photos. And I'm going to start up here since this one's on the bottom and the other one's going to overlay the top of it so ever so slightly. And we're going to stay. I'm just going to try and have about the same reveal on the side and on the top. It might be slightly off. Let's see, just slightly crooked. Let's try and get that a little straighter. Okay, and then we'll put the next one down. And my ink splatters are all fairly dry. I pulled up a little bit of glitter when I did that. So we're gonna just barely overhang both photos. And I'm going to evenly overhang them by less than 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/8 of an inch. There we go. Like so. And then let's go ahead and set our 3x3 in place. She had so much fun playing in the water. Now this one, they did set it closer to the right-hand side, so we're going to go ahead and do that and leave this little area here. So that page is set. And then let's go ahead and get these lined up. And we're going to start on the bottom with these ones because they're going to overlay going from the bottom up. So we'll start on the bottom, about right there. And then we're going to just barely overlay onto that photo with this one. And it looks like we want to come a little bit closer. There we go. And then this one, she had so much fun playing in the water. It was a good way to cool off. I'll put that one about there. And then finally, this one up on top. Okay. Oh, that one maybe should come over a little bit. I'm just looking at the sketch. These two should have been lined up, and then these two, but I actually like that they zigzag just a little bit more, so I'm going to leave mine how I have them. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our ephemera pieces for this collection, and I did pull the packet of bits and pieces, so it's got a lot of fun stuff on there. And I pulled some inspiration from another layout that one of the design team members for Simple Stories had posted recently. So I will actually post that layout for you guys as well, so that you can see kind of where I got some of this inspiration for this layout, because it wasn't all mine. I can't quite take credit for all of that. So I liked the idea of having the clouds up there. And then the umbrella, I think we're going to put here. And of course, you all know I love the butterflies, so we might just pull a butterfly in for there. And then within this collection as well, there's some really cute little swimsuits. So I think we'll pull in a couple of the swimsuit pieces as well. That's super cute there. And then we've got a Fun and Sun. Of course, I love the hearts, so we'll probably pull in some of the hearts as well. I'm going to leave this spot for my journaling. I'm not actually going to put a journaling box or anything there. I like that we've got the ruled paper here, so I can just go ahead and journal right on the page. So I'm liking that idea. Let's kind of start with that and see where we want to go from there. We've got another bathing suit that we could pull in on this side. I like that we can kind of pull one on each side. So we've got this bathing suit here. We've got some little flip-flops we could do here. And then of course they've got the title right up here. So we could do our summer fun. We're a little early on the summer thing, but it was hot enough for summer. So we've got summer fun that we could run. Something along that lines, and I can cover that big ugly blob of ink that I got there that I'm not super thrilled with, so that's perfect. And then we do have some cute sunglasses as well. And we do have some more of the little hearts we could pull in here. And it'd be fun to pull a couple clouds there too. I'm not sure. I did pull a sticker sheet, so we could pull some of the clouds off of this sticker sheet, and maybe we'll mix and match and do like one sticker and one ephemera piece. I think that might be the way to go with that. There are a couple more swimsuits on here if we want to use some swimsuits. Of course, there's more hearts and sunglasses, and I might double up the umbrella, one sticker and then the other ephemera. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and start switching some of this up a little bit. And so we're gonna start over here. And I like that this one has the sun attached to it. So with the sun attached, I think we're gonna put that one like so. And then let's pull this one in and add just a touch of ink to the edges of this. And let's lift this one up on some foam tape. Let's get some dimension going in here as well. All right, and I have been using a pin that obviously turned out to not be stainless steel because it is rusting. So I have got to find my stainless steel pins. I thought this one was one, but I was mistaken apparently. So I don't know if you guys know that, but when you use your art glitter glue, stainless steel pins do not rust, but a normal one will. So you'll want to use stainless. All right, so we're going to layer those clouds there. And then let's go ahead and do our clouds on the other side while we're doing clouds. Oh, let's see. Do we want to do it with the summer fun over here and just kind of layer all of that? That one would be up on foam and that one down below. Not sure it'll fit with the summer fun. Let's see, maybe we can go okay, that's the sticker. I'm going to set that one down. Let's put some foam on this one. Lift it up. We're going to go ahead and make that work there. We're going to put this one up in the corner. Oh, and we want to ink it. Let's add just a sliver of ink around that. We've got that up at the top. And we can keep our summer fun. Let's ink that as well. Just kind of hit the edges. And I think we'll put the fun up on some foam. Yeah, look at my ink, or my glue. I really got to get that taken care of. Okay. I really could have swore I had the right pin. Must be wrong though. Okay, that's ready to go, but I'm not sure where I want that for sure. So let's do the summer. We need to ink it. Just kind of set it there and see. All right, we'll put fun right there. We'll squeeze the summer right there. And then we're going to just layer the other cloud right below that. All right, and because I like to change my mind a lot, I don't want to use glue to put down summer because I might end up moving it. So let's just do a little bit of tape. Just a couple little slivers will be enough to hold it down. And we'll squeeze that right in there. I like that. Okay, so we got our two little cloud sections done. Let's do our swimsuits. Our swimsuits are pretty well set where they're at as well. And I think that we're going to pop those up on some foam. And we're going to just go ahead and just barely highlight the edges. All right, and for those of you who are in my Zoom group, I did not get my calendar done, but I did put a notification out there that we are going to be Zooming tomorrow night. I missed Zooming with you guys last time due to being sick and not having a voice. So hopefully someone can join me tomorrow night and Zoom. I'd love to catch up with you guys. It feels like it's been forever. I've really missed. I haven't been crafting or creating or doing much of anything while I've been sick. I just haven't even felt up to that. So it is nice to get back at it. I'm excited to get back into the swing of things just in time for summer when most of us tend to kind of dial back our time in our craft spaces because of all of the extra work outside that takes place. Oh, cute. I'm liking the swimsuit on that one. Let's get this swimsuit in place. I think we're going to bounce back and forth between these two pages a little bit with putting our embellishments in place. And again, I'm going to pop this one up on some foam too. I think it just helps give it some nice dimension. It does, Kathy. I've missed everyone. It feels like I've been sick forever. Like I said, I don't think I've ever been sick quite as long as I was. So it was kind of a long recovery from that. And it is so nice to be feeling like I have the energy to be able to do some of these things. So I'm excited to chat with everyone, see how your sale went. I did have a crop here yesterday, so that was fun too. Probably my last crop. Hi, Ev. Better late than never, girl. You are a busy, busy, busy lady right now. I know that your schedule is crazy. So I'm excited you were able to hop on. We're just kind of getting the pages embellished a little bit. I kind of slowed down because I really over prepared. We had a quick trip to Helena today to go look at some properties. So that was fun, but I knew I'd be maybe pushing it. So I really prepared last night before I left and maybe overly prepared. So now I've slowed down on my embellishing and here we are. I'm going to be ending up taking a full hour as normal. Okay, so I'm liking the way that looks so far. Let's add this butterfly. Thanks, Ev. I'm liking this sketch. It's a fun and honestly a fairly easy sketch. Okay, so my butterflies. I know I've shown you, if you've watched me do my butterflies before, I tend to fold them on both sides of the little body of the butterfly. And then I like to take a tool of some sort, usually my score tool, and then I flip the wings down. And it's just a matter of, let's see, there we go. You can kind of see that. Working the paper a little bit, and then I take the very tips and kind of bring them back up. And then sometimes you got to just kind of bend and work it a little bit more, but you get a nice, oh, you can't see that very well with my hand. Let's see. You get kind of a nice little wavy little butterfly. Obviously, we're going to put it under a page protector, so it's going to end up getting flattened quite a bit anyway, but it will keep a little bit of its shape. It's just fun to kind of get them shaped before we put them down. I did use glue on that. We're going to be stuck with where that butterfly is at, but I like that butterfly there. And I think, let's see if we have another butterfly, and just kind of match that on the other side. Let's check out the back of this. There should be a pink butterfly in this tray somewhere. So I guess I didn't quite pull out everything I was going to use. I did pull out a lot of my ephemera pieces last night too, and oh, there's that pink butterfly, and got things ready to go. So let's ink the edges of that one, and I'm just kind of barely hitting the edges. So I will continue. I know I said that a lot of us tend, yes, it does add movement, which I love that. I know a lot of us tend to not scrapbook as much in the summer, but I am hoping to continue my Sketch Sesh series throughout most of the summer until, you know, the possibility of moving might be taking place, and I might have to take a few weeks off. So I guess if I need to do that during any time, summertime's the best time to do that. But I am hoping to keep going with Sketch Sesh and keep bringing you guys some inspiration. And if nothing else, if you don't watch it during the summer, it'll give you a real good jump start this fall when you get back into creating. But I am hoping to create all summer long. And you guys, I've mentioned it before, but oh my goodness, this girl is going to have a lot of books, because 2 pages a week really is going to start to fill up a book rather quickly. I'm pretty sure I have enough to fill 2 books currently, so I don't have my pages put away yet. That is my next big goal. I've got a bunch of containers with them. So I'm going to go ahead and use both of the umbrellas here. I think that might be fun to kind of use both of them, and we'll put the sticker straight down. Oh, except do we want to angle them? Do we want to angle them rather than keep them straight? You guys know I hate to keep stuff straight, so let's angle that puppy. Let's ink this one, make the edges pop on it just a little bit more, and then we're going to put this one up on some foam and add some more dimension. And then I think we're getting close to finishing this up. We'll add a few hearts here and there, and then when we're done, I will add my journaling to it and then post the pictures for you guys with the journaling on there. Okay. I love, you guys, I can't tell you enough how much I absolutely love this collection. You will be seeing a lot of it. I haven't even broken to the collection pack yet. I have just been using random, I did order quite a bit of the paper in individual sheets, and so that's what I've been using. I haven't even opened a collection pack yet, which has a few more sheets in it that I didn't order. separately, but that pink floral is going to be such a good one, and the sun for summer time, and then this blue lined one is such a great kind of generic one for all kinds of different occasions. I feel like you'll be able to use that one for. So this is a great collection. Fun and Sun. Okay, let's see what else. We want to do our hearts. Let's add a little heart. Little tip, these little tiny, I guess they're not tiny, but they feel tiny in my fingers because they seem like it. I tend to quite often use my tweezers to do my gluing of my smaller pieces. And then it also gives me a little control of my placement of it as well. So we've got our heart there. Let's see. Everything's attached on this side. We'll do our little bit of journaling here. I'm kind of thinking this side might be done. Maybe we'll add a heart sticker. I don't think we need to add any more of the swimsuits, so we'll save those for another layout. We've got this light pink. We're going to add it. We're going to just add that one right there. Okay, I'm liking this side. I think that side is looking good. And now we've got, we can finish up this side. Do we want to add the sunglasses here, which we could? We've got the little set of 3 hearts. I do like that there as well. And we've got some flip-flops we could add here. I'm just looking at the sticker sheet to see if there's something else I want to pull from there. I don't think so. Except for maybe some of those small words. You guys know I like my little small words. So let's go ahead and ink our hearts. I like this little set of 3 hearts here. And because we do have a little more space here, we're going to go ahead and pop that up on some foam. Just a small piece. And on the corner of that photo, it just fits so nicely right there. And then these flip-flops. Okay, I think I might have lost you guys for a little bit. Said I was trying to reconnect. Jelly shoes have come back into play. I don't know if you guys remember jelly shoes. I remember having them when I was quite a bit younger, but she's got a pair of them on here. They're so stinking cute. Hope I didn't lose all of you when I lost connection there for a little bit. I just thought it was so funny, you know, all of those trends seem to come back into play at some point or another, but I thought that was super cute with the little jelly shoes. I know those have come kind of in and out quite a bit, it seems like. All right, we're going to do our flip-flops down here. And then let's add our sunglasses. We're going to go ahead and pop that up as well, because there's enough room on both of those for just a little piece of foam. So I hope you guys all have some fun summer plans this year. We technically don't necessarily have anything super fun or out of the ordinary planned. I think everyday life is fun for me these days with this little one. So I don't need any major plans. Spending my days there is so much fun. We're just full of activities every day now that my energy is back. She got a few weeks of Grandma not being overly energized. We did a lot of book reading those weeks. A lot of book reading, coloring, and just playing in the house. But now we're back at it. Go, 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 go. Okay, so you all know I love the little word stickers on the sheets. Let's see what we have got to use there, because we've got a couple fun spots that we could really add. Play all day long. That is what this girl does. She likes to play all day long. Oh, and you know I like to do little bundles of them. Let's see. Let's start by putting one here. Oh, endless fun in the sun. Oh, shoot. That one's pretty long. I think we'll save that one for another one. Let's see. Soak It Up's the same color. We're going to do some sunny times. And maybe life is good. Or play. Let's do play. And life is good. We're just going to put a single one right there. So I like that. That kind of just filled the space just a little bit more. Let's grab another. I want to do a heart, and we'll do a green heart right there. I think that's good. I don't know that we need, oh, you know me, I gotta keep adding. I like the light blue flower, but we're gonna add that. Right up there by the sunglasses. And pull this one back over and take a quick peek at it, make sure we've got everything we want on it. And I think that's it. Okay, guys, let's take a quick peek at this. We'll do, like I said, I'll do my journaling on it. I'm going to, again, attach that other page. So I used the sketch idea, and then I had a layout that gave me some inspiration as well, as far as some of the ephemera pieces and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that to this post with the pictures as well, so you guys can see that, and I can give credit where credit is due to that particular designer as well. So even though I overly prepared, I did slow things down and ended up taking an hour of you guys' time anyway. So here is our left-hand page, followed by the right-hand page. Let's kind of just follow that across. So this week I did do a little bit different, as far as I usually kind of do a mixture of all of her photos from the time that I'm there. This time I just chose to do just the water photos, because I kind of wanted to really play on the water theme with the swimsuits and that type of thing. So, and plus, you know, I had so many darn cute pictures of her in her little swimsuits. The girls got a half a dozen little swimsuits for summer, so that's going to be a lot of fun as well. I will link this collection below for you guys. Like I said, you're going to be seeing a lot of this collection throughout the summer. I plan on utilizing this one quite a bit, but anyway, I am so glad to be live with you guys again. I am looking forward to being live with you guys more again, and now that my voice is back. And I hope you all have a fabulous summer. You have a great week. Stay out of the heat as much as possible, and stay cool. I think it's going to be a hot summer since it's starting so darn early around here. But I hope you guys all find a little bit of time to do something creative in your own space this week, even if you only take 5 minutes out and look at some ideas or print some pictures. I think we all enjoy our creative time, and we need that to feed our souls. So thank you so much to those of you who were able to join me live. I appreciate each and every one of you. This video will be uploaded to YouTube by tomorrow at some time. I'll let you know. The post will be up then too. Have a great week, you guys. I can't wait to talk to you again soon. Bye for now.